Let your body waddle. Body waddle.
What is going on, Crimson City? My name is Crimson CBAD, and we are here with week number 9 of the GBA, and we are going up against Gym Leader Geo and the San Francisco GiEnteis. So if you're excited, let's smash that like button. I'm about to send him this battle invite real quick. Alright, we are here, and this is a very fitting battle background for this, because as we can see, he did bring the rain. He is bringing the Moltres, the Swampert, Politoed, Goodra, Electivire, and the Mesprit. I am bringing the Rhyperior, the Feraligatr, the Jolteon, the Sableye, the Clefable, and the Skarmory. So looking at his team right now, he could lead off. The Mesprit probably will have the rocks. I could lead off with Sableye, but that thing will carry the Dazzling Gleam just to counteract it. I think my best bet would be I'm going to lead off with AC/DC the Jolteon. That's how I'm going to lead off, and I am going to definitely, if he leads off the Mesprit to get off rocks, I can go for a Shadow Ball. If he hard switches out into the Swampert, it's not going to take a Shadow Ball very well. The Jolteon is speed invested enough with a Scarf that he will be able to outspeed a Mega Swampert in the rain, so if he hard switches, we will be able to get a nice, hopefully 2-hit KO off with the Shadow Ball. And in come all the GBA members. So let's see, this week with the Feraligatr, after our battle last week, I looked over it, and if we would have brought a Swords Dance Aqua Jetting, would have brought out a Swords Dance Aqua Jet Feraligatr, we would have been able to do that. So he does lead off with 2 chains, the Mesprit, as I expected. I have no reason not to go for the Shadow Ball. I have no reason not to go for the Shadow Ball right now. Absolutely no reason not to. What is this thing? This thing has a base speed. Okay, so either way we put it, we're outspeeding everything on his team. Which is good for us, unless he has priority moves in something like Aqua Jet. Looking at his team, I don't know if the Electivire gets Sucker Punch. I don't think it does. Oh, the Shadow Ball is not going to do as much damage as I anticipated it to, and he's carrying the leftover, so he's a bulkier set, I'd imagine, if he can take that Shadow Ball pretty well. I'm going to go for another Shadow Ball again, just because I don't see the need in switching out right now. So he's going to switch out into Bunnysaur the Goodra. That thing's going to be Assault Vested as all hell. He could carry the Sludge Wave, predicting the switch into Clefable. He could switch into... Let's see, what's your base speed? Your base speed's 80. My base speed is 60. So either way, you are going to definitely take me out. We won't take Rock damage by going into Clefable. I could just go into Creeper. I'm going to switch into Sableye here. We're going to take a little bit of the rocks. We're specially defensive. If he goes for the Sludge Wave, we do resist that, so we could have gone into that. That was our safer play. So at this point now, I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp. Try and get as much recurring damage off on that Goodra as possible. We missed the Will-O-Wisp. Okay, the Draco comes in. We're not... Dang. Okay. So we can recover back up. This pretty much forces a switch on his part. It just depends on what he wants to switch out into. does get a free switch in right now because he knows I have to go for a recover. I mean, he could stay in and try and whittle me down if he anticipates me to go for an actual offensive move. But I don't see that happening. He does switch out. He goes into the Politoed, sets up the rain. We are able to get the recover off. We do get the lefties off, which is good for us. Will-O-Wisp Taunt, knock off a recover. I'm gonna go for a knockoff. He goes for a Hydro. Ooh, Hydro Pump with the rain is not good. No good for us. Obviously, we could go into Jolteon, but then he would hard switch out into either the Electivire or the Swampert. I'll go into Clefable. I can go into Clefable, and what I'll do here now, I have commonly ran a T-Wave set, so he could switch into either the Electivire or the Swampert, predicting that. We'll go for a knockoff here, just to get extra damage off. This thing probably carries the Damp Rock. Perish Song. So he pretty much forces a switch. So he goes for the Hydro Pump. We can go for a Moonblast here, 46%. His Perish count falls to 2, mine falls to 2. Perish Song, Politoed, not even bad. Not even bad. So I'm going to go for a Soft Boil here. Hopefully he misses the Hydro Pump. I can either take the chance and go for the Hydro Pump in the rain, and I can heal back up. Misses the Hydro Pump, so we are going to be able to Soft Boil that. We could have taken this thing out. He will perish next turn. So looking at his team, I want to keep... Looking at his team... Could switch this thing out to preserve it. Which isn't the worst idea. But the question is, do I want to keep this thing around? I do want to keep Kirby around, because we got the Magikarp, so we're immune to that. I'm going to switch out into Skarmory. He does hard switch out, and he switches out into the Swampert. Definitely a good play on his part. So the rain has 2 turns left. I'm going to take this turn to set up my own rocks. The Defogger is obvious in the Moltres, at least from my perspective. And Sableye is down, so we no longer have the ability to Will-O-Wisp the Swampert. So he actually goes out into the Moltres, which isn't bad. Go out into the Rhyperior. Hurricane in the rain, not bad. So the rain stopped. I can take this turn to go for a Stone Edge. He's got 90 base defense, but it's 4 times effective. So I don't think anything he has. He might have HP Grass. Trying to think grass coverage moves that Moltres gets. Solar Beam, but no. Goes for the Overheat, calcs out that Overheat. We do not take that well at all. It is a Life Orb Moltres. That is super unfortunate for us. I'm going to go out into Brosidon now. And I'll set up swords. Because I don't think this thing staying in is the best idea. I don't. And unfortunately for us, normally on a, like, Jolteon would just put in some of the finest work, but with the Motor Drive Electivire and with the Swampert, 2/3 of his team is immune to that. So he's just going to U-turn out. It's a safe bet on his part. And what is he going to go out into is the question. Goes out into the Bunnysaur. Not bad. So now this thing has a base speed of 80. We've got a base speed of 78. So unless he's super fast, this Ice Punch is going to take him out. Unless he's super, super fast. We're max speed. We're jolly. We should be able to outspeed this thing. One thing I really love about Geo is that he is very, very thorough in his counts. Just before this match, we were talking. Originally had planned to have this match a little earlier, but he had said, no, I'm not done calcing yet. And he just, I applaud that man from the bottom of my heart. If you have not checked out his channel yet, go check out his channel. Because he is one of the most intelligent battlers I've ever had the pleasure of battling. So as you can see, with a current 6-4 standing. Because he knew that Overheat would take out a Rhyperior. Granted, that also is Life Orb boosted. Granted, I have absolutely no special defense on Rhyperior, but... So he's going to go out into 2 Chains of Mesprit. We are going to be able to knock it out with an Ice Punch. We are going to be able to knock it out. So now, if he does somehow set up the Politoed, he might have... Ooh, Electivire. Electivire is going to be a huge problem for Poseidon, simply because the Scarf possibility is a real thing. I don't recall its base stats off the top of my head. When it comes back in again, I can take a look at it. But the Scarf to Electivire is a real thing. That could definitely take out Poseidon. Even at +2 attack with a Life Orb, an Aqua Jet's not going to do anything. And he knows he needs to preserve the Bunnysaur because that's really his only answer to the Clefable, having the Sludge Wave. Also being just a huge specially defensive monster with that Assault Vest as well. But he also knows Bunnysaur doesn't want to take a +2 Life Orb Sheer Force Ice Punch. So he goes out into the Electivire. Here's where things get interesting, because this thing outspeeds the hell out of me. This thing absolutely outspeeds the hell out of me. So he probably has Motor Drive, so I could go into the Jolteon. But do I want to give up a... I have to. I have to go out into the Jolteon. There we go. There we go. There it is. So now if he is choiced, he will have to switch out. He will have to hard switch into something that does not want to take a Shadow Ball. And he will go back out into the Bunnysaur. We will be able to do 12% of this thing. I like having you around. And I'm actually going to switch out to Skarmory right now. This thing probably carries a Flamethrower, so not the best play I could have done. But I could go out into Clefable, but he might predict that. I comes the thunder. So at this point, I'm just going to go for a whirlwind. Because I don't know what this thing wants to do. He might have gone for a thunder, predicting the Feraligatr coming in. And he also, if he doesn't carry fire coverage for the Skarmory, I would be absolutely just blown away. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so we are back. We found out that my dumb planning, Geo even reminded me before the battle, make sure everything was level 50. I scrolled through, the first 5 were level 50, so I was like, sure, no big deal. My Skarmory was level 100, so what we did, just to imitate the Skarmory dying, was that since I already have rocks up on the field, I spammed Stealth Rocks while he thundered me down to health. And so we are back now, going into Brosidon against the Bunnysaur. I will go for an Ice Punch here. That is going to take the Bunnysaur out. So now it is 4-3. In the favor of Gym Leader Geo. I anticipate the Electivire to come through again, because if he is Choice Scarfed, the only downside is that he could go into Electivire, be Choice Scarfed, outspeed me, I switch into Jolteon. He actually goes into the Swampert, which isn't a bad play. I feel comfortable just going for a Waterfall here. I feel very comfortable going for a Waterfall. He might Mega Protect just to get the speed boost. The rain isn't up. So that is going to do 52. He's going to go for an Earthquake. That's going to take us out, unfortunately. So now this thing has 70 speed. I don't feel Kirby's bulky enough to take that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Jolteon and I'm going to go for an HP Grass. He's going to withdraw going out into the Politoed. We should be able to take this thing out. He does set up the rain, unfortunately. So now that Swampert's just going to be able to come through and just run shop. So we're still going to be able to outspeed this thing. We are Scarfed. We do take out... Okay, so we've got the Electivire and we've got the Moltres left. So now we need to play... I'm going to go for a Moonblast. I'm going to go for a Moonblast here. Super smart. So he does go into Viral. I do need to take this thing out if I want to have any sort of advantage over that. So I need to switch out and I need to go into Return of Kirby. Goes for the Earthquake. Goes for the Earthquake, gets the crit, does not kill me. I'm going to go for Moonblast, bring it down to 8%, drop its special attack. On the off chance anything happens, I'm going to go for a Soft Boiled here. On the extreme off chance, I will go for a Soft Boiled. There's the Earthquake coming through. So he is going to be Scarfed. So I can go for Shadow Balls here. Shadow Ball will take out the Viral. Now we do have rocks up against the Moltres. And that is going to be game against Gym Leader Geo and the San Francisco GiEnteis with a 1-0 victory. Good game to Geo. He played incredibly well. And I apologize for the Skarmory. I do believe it was easily recreatable, though, with the Thunder spam, Stealth Rock spam. So if you guys do have any comments, questions, suggestions, thoughts about the battle, please make sure to leave it in the comment section below. And if you're a member of the Crimson City, also be sure to hit up Geo's channel. Follow him on Twitter. Links to both will be in the description, as always. Please make sure, if you guys are new to the city, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys for the finale of the GBA going into Week 10 against John, aka Pokemon, and the New Orleans Pelipers next week. My name is from the CBAD, and I will talk to you all soon. Later.